Hello guys, good evening. I hope everyone is able to hear us. अगर आपको कोई audio problem आ रही होगी, so please you can message us on the YouTube live comments. And I hope everyone is comfortable with a little bit of Hindi and little bit of English. If there is a preference that we should go English only, then yeah, that can also be. Okay, so welcome everyone. Thank you everyone for joining us. A big thank you because you have volunteered for Art of Code. Uh, some people of you might be aware of Art of Code. Some might be new to it, totally new to it. Some might have already contributed to Art of Code in previous years in Indore itself or maybe somewhere else. So this session, okay, there is some glitches in the audio. Let me check. Can I follow that? Just a second. Okay. Okay, so I think a problem नहीं आना चाहिए. Okay, so yeah, this session is about R of Code. In this session, we'll be briefing you what R of Code is, so that new people who don't know about R of Code, they can explore R of what this HOC initiative is about and how you can actually contribute to it. Okay, we'll be having some other sessions which will be following this one, in which we'll be explaining more in detail about everything, like how to go to the schools, how will we organize an event over there, what will be the agenda in that event, everything else, right? Cool. So who we are? Okay, so first over here I am Gaurav. I am a freelancer from Indore. Me and Yashraj both started MSTC Indore around three years back, and also Yashraj has also joined in. He'll be available with us, and he'll be interrupting and adding to the details that I'll be sharing today, so that we can cover much better if I forgot something else. So with us, we also have collaborations with Mozilla Indore and GDJ Indore. I hope you are aware of all these three communities in Indore. If you are not, then I recommend you to join all three of them. It's free of cost, right? So what these communities do are, these are technical communities which are having a single goal, that is empowering technical education in Indore, right? So by MSTC is affiliated to Microsoft, as you might be aware. So we try to host events which are somewhat centric to Microsoft technology, but nothing like that we will be sticking to Microsoft itself, right? Mozilla Indore is web based. They try to cover web technologies everywhere, and GDG Indore is affiliated to Google. It's I guess the oldest technical community which is right now active in Indore. And yeah, if you have not joined in and if you are a technical person, then I'll recommend you. On 20th they are having the GDG Dev Fest. So if you are available on 20th, then you should join in. There are many good speakers which are coming. It will be in Mangal City Hotel. So like that, these three organizations, they try to empower technical education in Indore. This includes community workshops and try to create projects in which you need to collaborate, right? And by one of the main motto is networking, so that every one of you can have a better network in Indore and abroad, in India and even further than that, right? So that it can help you in projects, or it can help you in getting a good job or creating a new company or whatever it is. We are there for you, right? So we too belong to MSTC Indore. Mrinal is our representative from Mozilla Indore, and GDG is having their own set of representative, that is Dhatri and Suyash. So see, it becomes very fragmented, right? If we go to some person and we ask them that we are from MSTC, or someone is saying that we are from Mozilla, and someone is saying we are from GDG Indore. So to solve this problem, what we have done is we have come together and we have collaborated in a way, and the name of the community is Coder Dojo. If you are aware of that, if not, then let me show you the Facebook page for that, right? Just a second. Here you go. Right. So Coder Dojo Indore, Coder Dojo is itself a global community and which encourages computer education. Okay. I think I missed the line. Let me wait just a second. Yes. So Coder Dojo is a worldwide community which is having a single goal, and that is uh, empowering technical education in schools, specifically in schools. So around the globe, they have initiatives and they try to do different events and different collaborative things to encourage technical education like programming or anything else related to computers, so that everyone is aware of computer uh, everywhere on the globe. So this is the Indore chapter for Coder Dojo. So if you go and visit some school, if you contact someone, if you say someone about R of code, you can directly say that you are part of a Coder Dojo team. So we have developed this because we don't want this fragmentation that we are from different institutes and all. But I wanted to focus on these three communities because I want every one of you to be aware of it. It might be useful to you in other endeavors of yours, right? So yes, what's today's agenda? Today we'll be introducing you to what R of Code is, how this worldwide initiative was formed, and what is Indore's benefit, Indore's contribution to HOC since when we started at HOC and everything. Then we'll be discussing the workflow, how we will get school on board, how we will make sure that all the big schools and small schools from Indore, they play their part in this community, in this HOC event. This is one of the largest teaching event in the world. So we want everyone, every of those school to be part of it. Then I'll show you what kind of content, just a small demo of what kind of content we'll be having that will be showcasing to the students and how they will be interacting with it. And then we'll be having a small discussion in Q&A to solve all your problems. And so how it works is, if you are having any questions that you want to ask right now or that hit your mind, then you can directly go to the live comment section and you can post your comment over there. Yashraj will be replying you over there, or if I'm also checking the feed over there, so even I'll be addressing the problems or error, anything over there, right? Cool. So let's start. So first thing, how will we start with the workflow? So what is actually workflow that we are discussing over here? This workflow is pre-HOC, that is pre-R of code. Before we start with the actual on-ground event, these are the things that you need to do, right? So these includes shortlisting potential schools which are available, which are ready to host the R of code event, get the dates when we can host it, get the details of which classes they will be having, in which will be hosting it, like it's 10th class or 9th class or 2nd class. Oh, we are not covering 2nd class. The minimum is 3rd class. From 3rd class to 10th class, that will be our focus this year. So why shouldn't I go and forward and first show you the code.org site, right? So this code.org site, this is the base hub for RF code all over the globe. So this is the main community, that is code.org, which is empowering RF code event all across the globe. So they are having many partners, which are companies and different organizations and even governments, which are focusing on this. So why this RF code was formed was very simple thing, is that the second week of December is actually Computer Science Education Week. So it is celebrated as Computer Science Education Week. So during this week, the code.org organization decided that we'll be hosting an event in which we'll be embracing technology and we'll be showcasing and giving an exposure to young generation of what coding is. There's a huge potential in technical field, as you might be knowing it already, right? And there's a huge need of new technical people on board, because if we talk about PCM stream, the science math stream, I'm talking worldwide, then around 75% of jobs from PCM stream are focused on computers. So this means that, let's say if you are in 11th and 12th and you chose PCM and then you went to engineering, right? So anyone who is in math stream, they must be knowing that a 75% of those people should be will be landing in computer related jobs, even though they will be having some different goals, but this is what is there. So the 25% who are not 25% jobs are there, which are not computer related jobs. So you know it yourself that how many people in PCM actually choose engineering and computer science engineering, right? So yeah, we want everyone of those, the young generation, the people who are still in a school, who still have to choose their courses, they should have a still exposure of what coding is like, right? How interesting it is, how you can go forward in this field, how it can help you. And even if you are not choosing or trying to become a computer science engineer or becoming a coder, right? But you know this, that around 80% of your work that you do is on computer, whatever field you choose. Even if you see your parents and or people around you who are working, whatever field they choose, even if they are marketing guys, even if they are management guys, whatever they are doing, then 80% of their work is dependent on computer. And somewhere or other you develop some new softwares, you ask someone to develop new softwares, or maybe you use some custom softwares, right? So someone, you have someone near you who code, right? It's not possible for you that, okay, sorry. So we are not covering 11th 12th. Okay, why? So see, 11th 12th we are covering. We are not saying that we won't be covering, but our focus will be more on 3rd to 10th classes, right? Because 11th and 12th classes, you know what happens is, if there are people who are in commerce and if we try to impose computer technology to them directly, so there is a small clash of interest. So that's why we try to go with the small classes. And the art of code activities that I'll be sharing with you. So these activities are basically focus on small classes, because they are not that much advanced activities. We are not saying that we will be rejecting anyone who is from 11th and 12th. And the thing is, we are having a limited workforce, right? So let's say if there are around 40 volunteers that will be having this year, so we need to focus, we need to create a focus group. If we don't create a focus group, then the problem is we'll be fragmenting ourselves, right? That someone, we won't be like, if we talk about any example, like if we go into a school like, let's say Emerald, right? If they are interested in hosting hour of code, well and good, cool, we are ready to host it for you, right? Now, and the thing is, now they are like, okay, we'll be hosting it for all the classes, so it will be a burden for us, right? It's not possible. If it's possible, like if they are saying that we want to host it for 8th to 12th, then it's all right. So we can have four session, four, or maybe yes, for 8th class one session, for 9th class one session, for 10th one session, 11th one session, and 12th one session, right? But in case they recommend us that we'll be hosting it from 3rd class. Okay, so from 3rd class to 12th class, these are so many parallel tracks, right? So that's a big problem, that we don't have that much number of volunteers that will be able to cover that many classes in a single school, because we have to cover multiple schools, right? So that's why we have to create a focus group. That's why we created a domain, that 3rd class to 10th class. We can extend it according to our need. Let's say if there is some primary school which is trying to host it, so it's possible that we can include 2nd class also, 1st class we can also include, but it all depends at how will we able to manage the small children, right? So that's the only problem, nothing else. Okay, so yeah, I was about the R of code I was discussing. So you should visit this site. You should check it out. How the previous R of code went all across the globe. They were different, and we'll be using the activities which are specified on the code.org site, right? So yeah, one more thing, that if I miss later on, I should make sure that I brief you about it right now itself. So the thing is, whatever event that will be hosting in for R of Code. Let's say we'll be hosting it in NDPS or any other college, Queen's College, right? School. So in that school, what if we host that event, it should be on R of Code site, this code.org site, right? So we'll be making sure that that event is visible to the world. Everyone in the world, if they go to code.org, they try to check out the all the events that are happening all across the globe, they should be able to check every single school that is participating because of us, right? We don't want that the Coder Dojo name should be up there, right? But yes, they should be aware that the event is happening in this school, right? So in case I miss in future, I just wanted to brief you about it right now. So let's go back to the presentation. How will you help? So this specific session is about creating getting a school on board. That means we want as many school as possible from Indore on board on this activity, right? So I'll be briefing you that what actual process will be following, how will we contacting every school, and how will we check the redundancy. It's possible that around 15 or 20 people know a single school, right? So it may be possible that two or three different teams are created and all are trying to approach the single person in their own comfort zone, and no one is aware that any other person is also trying to contact, right? So it creates redundancy, it creates misunderstandings, and it creates a negative image about us, like it's not that much recommended thing, right? So we need to have a strict flow so that every school has a single appointment where it may be possible that 5 or 10 people know a single school, no problem. We'll make sure that you people can get together and contact each other and work out appointment at the school and try to go all together, let's say in a group of 3 to 5 people, and pitch everyone, right? So that will be our focus. Okay, so how will we go forward with this? Okay, so first you will need to tell us that what are the potential schools, right? So what are the potential schools that you can target? Okay, so it may be possible that you might be an ex-student in some school, maybe you passed out of school, let's say any school you might be passed out on from Indore. Okay, so if that school you are having a good connection in, you know the principal or the headmaster or whatever the staff, right? So you can go forward. Yes, so you can go forward and contact those people, right? So before contacting, you need to make sure that you tell us that this is the school that I'm targeting, this is the school that I want to target, right? So okay, so maybe you are having some connection, or maybe there's a government school that you can approach yourself at your comfort, okay? Or any school, even if you don't have connection, and if you know that, you can go ahead and you can find a point of contact, or you can ask the people who are over there, personal contact over there, when you visit, just cold visit a school and figure out that who manage the computer technology stuff in this school, or maybe who's the headmaster, and you can try to have an appointment with them. So you can go forward and then you can tell us before getting an appointment that this is school I'm targeting. So we will check from our records that anyone else is targeting this school or not. If there is someone else who is targeting this school, then you will be connected to that person, and then all of you can discuss how you need to go forward with this. All right, so first I want every one of you to go forward and check out that which schools you need to target, right? And then you will need to inform us that these are the schools, potential schools. Maybe it's just one school, not a problem, right? So you need to tell us that this is the school that I'm targeting, because why I want to target it. You also need to tell us that if you are alumni of that school, or maybe you were wandering and you saw that school like that. Okay, then we'll give you a green signal, and then you can go forward with an appointment. Okay, before that, please don't go forward with an appointment or try to contact about R of Code, because it can create redundancy, and we don't want any redundancy. We want to be as professional as possible, right? So yeah, what this this experience, the whole experience, we are trying to frame for every one of you, like you are working in a professional firm, so that it's a good experience for you, that how a firm works, how we contact everyone, and how we collaborate together and make sure that everything happens in the most efficient and optimized way, right? So for after you have explored a potential school, and you will inform us about that, right? What's the next step? You, what we'll do is, once will we will give you a green signal, we'll provide you a mail or a proposal, okay, for using which you can create, get an appointment from headmaster, principal, or computer science faculty, right? So the three channels that we have mentioned, three ways that you can go forward is, first you will call them, you will tell them that you are from Coder Dojo, and this is kind of initiative because it's a computer science education week. It's a free of cost initiative. You need to make sure that they don't understand it as a marketing tactic for a company, right? They should know that Coder Dojo is a not-for-profit organization. We are not doing it for profit. We are not selling the database and all those stuff, right? So yeah, this is also a strict guideline that no one will of you will be able will be selling or using the database that will be having, in case we'll be having it, right? So first you will call them, you will explain them what this is, okay, and then you will ask them that, okay, now you have understood this thing, so we can move forward and have an appointment in which I can brief you in details about what RF code is and how we can go forward with this, right? And then you can email them a proposal. The proposal is there on Slack group, so even if you don't find it over there, then you can ping us, then I will let you know, okay? So there is a ready template, so you don't have to bother and create an email yourself. We'll make sure that it's as easy as possible for you. Once the email is done, then you should call them and ask them that if you saw the email or not, right? Most of the schools right now in Indore, they work in this way, that if you want any event or anything you want a collaboration in, first you have to email, right? But the thing is, most of the schools, it happens that they don't check the emails that often, right? Even if they check, maybe they miss it somehow, or anything is possible, right? So we need a call, a second call for them to confirm this, that okay, you have seen the mail, what's your response? If they are having any queries that you can solve over the phone, you can do it over there, or you can go forward and book an appointment. Once the appointment is booked, you should inform us again that okay, this is the appointment at this date. Okay, there's a Slack group specific for school onboarding, so anyone who has shown interest in onboarding stuff, they will be joined to that Slack group, okay? And make sure you have a Slack application installed. It's a very crucial. So maybe on your Windows, iOS, or Android phone, whatever phone you are having, or even on your desktop, you can install the Slack application so that you don't miss any announcements or anything. We don't want any one of you to miss anything, right? We created the Slack Slack group. We are using Slack group just to make sure that everything is organized, and big companies use it, so it might be a first time experience for you of how Slack works, right? So will be a good experience for everyone, right? So once you have an appointment, you will inform us, you will post a message on school onboarding channel that this is an appointment that is fixed. Every other person will be monitoring that channel, and they will be checking it out. Okay, this school is already having an appointment, right? We'll be having an Excel file in which you will be having a read-only access, in which you will be able to see in which schools we have approached, who is the point of contact in HOC team for that. Will be selecting a single lead among you for a single school, okay? So anyone who is having a good connection, or maybe who's maybe a team of 3 or 5, they can decide that who can be a leader, who is having a mutual connection, and all the team 3 or 5 people, and they can move forward with that, right? Okay, so yeah, now the pitching purpose, the pitching thing is most important and critical part, right? So we are having a proposal document. Let me share it. Let me show it to you how it looks. I should be having it open somewhere here. Just a second. Okay, it's here, right? So this is the RF code proposal document that we created. This document you can get a printout of from any of your channels, maybe in your college or maybe from your home, or whatever you feel like, okay? So in this proposal document, we try to explain in 2 pages what art of code is. Like it's 5 to 11 December 2016. It's a global movement. What's the idea behind of art of code? Why we are trying to prepare people for computer education, even if they are not interested in being a computer science engineer, then also they should know how to code, right? And how you can host the art of code event in your school. It's every detail is available here. So there's a art of code Indore.net website, which I assume is live right now, right? So these people, the schools can go forward to this website and then can check it out themselves, what art of code is, right? And there is a registration form over there, and in this form, if you are handing this form to the school authorities, then make sure that you mention your name and number here, so that they can call back to you, right? And or they can also call back to Yashraj. Yashraj is managing is the official coordinator for HOC in this year. Okay, so he can go forward with that. Okay, the website is taking us some time, so yeah, no problem. I'll wait for that. Okay. Meanwhile, okay, the website is okay. So once they visit the website, they will be having a single form. So there are two type of sign up over here. You might have seen this website before. So first is host in our school and volunteer sign up in your school and volunteer sign up. So if any of your friend who wants to join in this volunteer campaign, they can go forward with volunteer sign up, and the schools, they can go forward with host in your school. So if they go forward and host in your school, then they will be having a Google form that will be opening, in which this form should be filled by a school authority. This won't be filled by you. Okay, it is possible that if the school authority asks you to fill this on their behalf, you can go forward with that. Okay, so here are the details that we need from the school. Okay, so first is the name of the school, the location. We are focusing on Indore right now, but it might be possible that school is somewhere else. We are also trying to cover Bhopal with this. So there's a full address of school, which address the school location is there. Okay, classes which will be involved. Right now we have just focused on 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. As I mentioned, 11th, 12th is optional if they are having it available. We'll be checking that how many classes they have selected, right? If they have selected from 9th to 12th, then it's not a problem. There are just 4 classes, right? So we can manage it there. But if they have selected a big number, then we'll have to cut short, because we are having limited number of resources which are available and even limited number of volunteers, so we cannot focus on a single school that much, right? What are the resources that they will be providing? Either they are having a computer labs and they are able to allot those to us, right? So if they are having a computer lab, then we can have a hands-on session, right? I'll be discussing it later on, that what kind of different sessions that we can have. Or if they are providing an auditorium, if they are providing classrooms, we have done events on all these 3 kind of setups: the computer labs, the auditorium, and classrooms. Each of these setups will be having a different kind of content and different kind of presentation that will be focusing on the people who will be going to the schools, right? And then if they are providing an audio system or not, we will recommend them, we will ask them for audio system, because you will be speaking to a large crowd and it's school students, right? So it's definitely important that they provide an audio system. A projector is must. Even if they are not having a projector, we have hands-on activities in which we'll be having pen and paper, and we can go forward with that. But yes, in 99% of cases, we want projector to be on, right? If internet is available, well and good, it's awesome, because we can directly go forward to code.org site and we can have live activities from their site. If it's not available, then it's all right, we can have offline activities. Then the second thing that we want to ask the schools is which dates they want this event to be, right? It's possible that they might not be free from 5th to 11th, but that is our focus, right? 5th December to 11th December. We want most of the school in this time period only, okay? Because it's easier to manage like that for us, everyone, right? You also. And secondly, it's computer science education week. In case if someone is not able to host this event if some school is not able to host this event during this time frame, then we have an extended timeline, that is 27th November to 17th December. Okay, so it's a big timeline, so any school can go forward and book any 2 day slot or a single day slot in this, right? So it depends on them that if they want a single day slot or if they want to do 2 day slot. Okay, yeah. So then we want details of the of the person who is filling the form. So the person that will be filling the form will automatically be assigned as point of contact for us. So any out of code related activities or any thing that we decide, everything will go through that person, right? Phone number and email address and everything. And if there is some important notice that you need to, or any memorandum that you need to give to our code, our team, then that school can give it over here, right? Like they have some specific requirement, or there is some setup difference in day 1 or day 2 or whatever it is, right? So let's go forward with the document now. Okay, so these things you should remember while handing over the proposal document. First, you need to make sure that it's a global initiative, it's a not-for-profit thing, and we are supporting it here in Indore, right? It's something that we are giving back as technology enthusiasts. You are technical guys and you want your juniors or your subordinates, everyone to know what computer science is, how they can create a career out of it, or even if they don't want to create a career, how they can make sure that they know computers that well that it will help them in their endeavors in future, right? And everyone in developed countries like US, UK, Russia, Japan, Europe, everywhere they are doing it, then why not we do it in India, right? So that's the main motto about it. Other thing that you should also focus, and you should tell them that how big this initiative is in Indore itself, right? Yes, it's a global initiative. It's one of the largest teaching event in the world, right? But the Indore stats, like I told you, we started at HOC with a team of 5 to 10 people around 3 years back. 3 years back was our first art of code session in Indore. That time we covered around 5 to 10 schools, and we reached around more than 1,000 students that year. So that was really vast. Like we were doing it for the first time, and we are already having thousands of school students who already knew what ARF code is. Even now, if you see the volunteer sheet that you all guys have filled up, I could see some entries in which people have specified that they are interested in RF code because their juniors, their younger sibling heard of it in their school, and now they are hearing it here, so they want to volunteer to it. And that's really nice. The next year, that is the previous year, it was expanded. It was expanded to 200%, you may say, because we were having a team of around 30 to 40 volunteers, and with these volunteers, we also had a large number of schools that we targeted, and around 10,000 students we covered in the last hour of code. So these are really exciting stuff. And one more thing I want to mention, that it's a fun event. Okay, even though I'm sounding a little professional here, it might be possible that it might be something somewhat intimidating for you, but it's a fun event. You will enjoy it, like interacting with students from third or fourth class. You will be really enjoying it, and teaching them that, see, this is how everything works. Because the activities that we are targeting, I'll be showing you the one activity here. So these are very fun activity, and it's like puzzles which are solved using some line of codes, and people don't have to write the line of code, so there's no syntax error and all those stuff that you usually face, right? So I hope every one of you will enjoy this. And this I remember the last 2 hours of code myself, and I don't think I'll be forgetting it ever, right? So I hope that it happens with every one of you. Okay, so yeah, first plan, like I mentioned to you, that our main focus is 5th to 11th December itself, so that it's easier for them and it's easier for us. Okay, or if it's not possible, maybe they are having some exams or annual functions or whatever, then we'll be moving to the plan B, that is 28th to 17th December. Okay, so these are some resources okay, which we want to ask them, and then they will confirm if it's available or not. That's computer lab, audio system, projector, internet connection, and classes, right? So yeah, our main focus, our recommended setup would be computer labs with an audio system and an internet connection and a projector, everything, right? So we want, if possible, this should be a setup. We don't want to do it in auditorium, we don't want to do it in the classrooms, right? If it's on computer lab, then it will be easier for us, it will be more interactive for them, and it will be much better learning experience for them. If they are having internet connections, then we can make sure that they go with official code.org tutorials, though there is no guideline that these should be officials and you cannot do something else. But we want to stick with them because they are updated every year, and they are made in such a way that any person who knows nothing about coding, even they can go forward and do those activities, right? So yeah, computer labs and internet connection, it's much needed. Even though projectors and audio system, even if they are not able to arrange that, if they are able to arrange computer lab and internet connection, that's well and good. That will be perfect, right? And if they are not able to do it, then also not a problem. We will be giving you all the different ways how you can organize it. So even if you don't have any resources available, you can go ahead and you can have a chalk and duster and you can go forward with a session, right? Okay, so that's a small briefing about RF Code, what initiative is about, how will we going forward to it. The first thing, like I mentioned to you, is a school onboarding. So that's why we focused more. We focused on school onboarding over here, right? So me after that, once we are having a number of schools with us, we'll be creating teams and we'll be allotting schools. Okay, that will be a totally different process. It doesn't matter if you know the school or not, right? But if you are available on that date, we'll be asking you that which date you will be available on, right? Once you say tell us that this is the date that you are available on, then we'll give you a first preference that, see, this is the school that is hosting the RF Code this year, so you can go forward and connect with the team. We'll be having an individual team of 10 to 15 people. We'll be needing these many number because, like I told you, that we are having a vast number of classes to cover, right? So it all depends on the number of people that will be having that can go to a single school, right? And once that is done, then we will be having technical sessions in which why should I should go forward and show you a single example. Like I have one open over here. Okay, so you can see here, this is a simple example, simple activity that this is the kind of activity that we'll be moving forward with. So this is a Minecraft based game. Okay, so in this game you can see there's a character over here and there's a ship over here, right? So what we want is this character should reach the ship. Okay, so for this you need to create an algorithm for doing this, right? We won't be saying algorithm to those children, right? Obviously. So see over here, when this our character will be running, it will move forward a single block because of it. Okay, if I run it right now, what will happen? It will just move a single block and it didn't reach the ship, right? So we failed. Okay, so let's reset it. Now move forward again. Okay, so if I move forward 2 blocks, okay, then I can expect that it will reach, right? And here you go, right? So this was so simple, right? So once this is done, we'll tell them that, see, here's the code, and you see here that you actually wrote 2 lines of code behind, right? That's move forward. You wrote this method twice to do this, right? So this is how we are connecting it to computer science. Okay, so we are using JavaScript over here, but we won't be telling it it's JavaScript at first, right? We will be using just blocks, and once they are able to do it, they are able to follow it, then we can move forward with this. So this was simple example. Let me go forward with the second example. So that's why I told you that we'll need internet connection. If we are having internet connection, then it becomes much easier for us. Okay, so yeah, our character now needs wood, right? Okay, so let's go forward 2 times. Okay, I need to connect it here first, second. Now one more thing that I'll have to do is I have to destroy the block touch of the board, right? Let's go forward, and here you go, right? So once this is done, let's see the code behind it, right? So there are two move forward, and then there's a destroy block function. So this is just a simple example. Once you go forward with this, then there are, the level keeps increasing, right? So you will be having loops, you will be having if conditions, you might be having a switch. I haven't completed the whole tutorial. So like that, people without actually coding, they will be able to understand what coding is and how it actually works in the background. So that's our motto. Okay, so once this is done, you can tell them that you actually wrote a programming language that's most widely used, that is JavaScript, right? And you have written 5 lines of code till now. So it might be less interesting to you, but it's much interesting for school students that okay, you are actually coding, right? So yeah, we are open to questions after this. Okay, so that make sure you update after every step. So update us after every step, so that we can make sure that everything is aligned and we are doing it in efficient manner. Okay, so we'll be taking questions till 8:25, then we'll be closing the session. Okay, so let me check. Okay, most of the things, I guess, Yashraj and Metika both covered it. But in case you need me to revisit any of these topics, okay, I'm from Devas but currently living in Indore. I don't have any such contact in schools. Should I do? Okay, so Devesh and Abhay, the thing is, it's not mandatory for you to get a school onboarded, right? You can go forward with any other fellow visitors. Let's say there is a single person, let's say Yashraj. Yashraj is having contact in Shishu Kunj. Okay, so he's alone. He doesn't have anyone else who can visit with them. So you can coordinate with them according to your location. Okay, and then you can visit with them, and that is also possible. And even if you're not available in the city while visiting the school, that's all right. You can go forward and volunteer as the technical team that will be going forward, right? Anything else? Let's see. We can contact you on Slack. Yes, you can contact me on Slack. You can contact Yashraj on Slack. If you want, you can contact us individually, and if you want, you can contact us in the team. So our handles in Slack, MSTC Indore Slack group is, mine is RC12. I'm just writing it down in the comments so that it's possible for you to check it out. And for Yashraj, it's Yashraj Nayak. There, Yashraj Nayak. And yes, Mitika also. Mitika is also coordinating with us. So let me check her handle and then go forward. Meanwhile, please, if you are having any questions, then do ask, post it here. And if any of your colleagues want to join in, then please ask them to sign up as a volunteer. Then we'll be sending you the Slack invites. And I really hope that it will be a great experience for all of you. It will be a fun experience. You'll be creating new friends among yourself, and you'll be creating new friends which are much younger from you, and people will thank you always. Maybe around 2 years from line, there will be an incident, because it has I have experienced this thing myself, and I know it has experienced, many of my friends have experienced this thing, that there will be someone 2 years from now will be coming to you, and they will be saying you that I attended your out of code session, and that's why I'm here, that's why I'm pursuing this course, and that's how I found my interest of how computer science is and what computer science is. Okay, so we go forward. So meanwhile, we are open for questions. Here are some things that you need to follow up. So first thing is our Indore website, that is rfcodeindore.net. Second is the volunteer form, that is bit.do/HOC Indore volunteer. Form for schools, this should be shared, this should be filled directly by the schools, not by you, as I mentioned before. So it's bit.do/HOC Indore schools. And then we are having the Facebook page, that is fb.com/dojo Indore. Facebook group, that is fb.com/groups/dojo Indore. And if you are posting any update on social media, then please use the hashtag HOC Indore. Right, we'll make sure that all of your efforts are recognized, and we'll make sure that it doesn't create any hurdles for you. It doesn't in your own schedule, and it's a fun activity for you, and it's efficient, it's organized efficiently in most optimized way. Okay, so our contact details are directly available on the this MSTC Indore, the YouTube channel, in the comment section. Right, meanwhile, if you're having any doubts, you can go forward and ask us over Slack, or you can go forward and ask us here. Okay, one of my friend wants to volunteer in this initiative. Can he? Obviously, it's an open initiative. Anyone can volunteer. So this means that if any one of your friend who wants to volunteer, they just have to go forward and sign up at volunteer sign up form. You can directly tell us to get themselves to rfcodeindore.net, and they'll find the rfcode volunteering form over there. We want as many people as possible, right? So you will be even enjoying it much more if you go with your own friend circle to a single school, right? If you're having a very good friend circle who is active and do community activities, or maybe they have fun together, right? So just go forward and create a group and approach schools all together, and then you can also go together and give the sessions together, and make sure you get as many photos and selfies and videos from those sessions with school students. And we'll be sharing with you after meanwhile the photos and videos and everything from the previous schools sessions, so you'll be knowing it much better than how these kind of things are executed, right? Okay, so I think I should end it now. So thank you everyone who joined in. This stream will be available on demand on YouTube channel of MSTC Indore. So in case you want to visit this presentation again, or if any of your friend who is joining in later on wants to visit it, they can go forward and go to the MSTC Indore channel, and they'll be finding this volunteer session over on that channel, and they can revisit everything. All right, time's up. Okay, thank you everyone, and hope every one of you enjoy this initiative. I really hope that you create some really great memories out of it, and all the best to everyone. Right, we'll be meeting in person soon. Okay, all right, thanks. Good day. And all the best to everyone. Right, we'll be meeting in person soon. Okay, all right, thanks. Good day.